Hi guys, Gaby Melian here once again in Gaby's Kitchen. Today I have a very special recipe to share with all of you with amazing ingredients. I just went to the market and I got like really good ingredients. So stay tuned, get ready, we're gonna be cooking. Talking about ingredients, I wanna talk about one very important part of cooking. Let's call it an ingredient. It's to have a great knife. Recently, I talked to my friends at West KnifeWorks. You know how much I love their knives, and they offered me to make me a special knife, a knife for my hands, a Gaby size knife. And I was super excited, and I said yes right away. And we had an amazing Zoom conversation. And after that, they made me a knife, and here it is. So what's the first step if I'm going to hello, I want a knife. What will you ask me?
The first thing is what general direction you want to go in. Do you want like a chef knife or a cleaver or a veggie cleaver type of thing?
Right, okay.
Hey Gabby, I might even half a step before that, I might say, what do you want to do with it?
Yeah.
Like, do you want it to be the knife you use the most? Do you want it to be special?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to show you the knives that I use the most and my favorite two knives. This you might recognize, your petty knife, the petty knife. I use this knife daily, many times a day, from breakfast to dinner. I want like a 6-inch, but maybe with the idea of a 6-inch long, like a petty knife, maybe with a little more blade. So sort of like, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm big on my little knife here. Can you see it? Do you see it? So I would love to have do you see it? I would like to have something with that shape. So in my dreams, I was thinking of this one that is also yours, and it has my tagline, keep cooking, be happy. Maybe something like this, but maybe more like square, sort of like a cleaver without being a huge cleaver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Like a smaller veggie cleaver.
Right, like a Gaby size cleaver.
We can make anything for you. Like, this is a one-of-a-kind custom knife. So,
oh my God, I
unlike
love
our
it.
production knives where we make the same thing over and over again,
I love it.
it's going to be a one-of-a-kind knife that is made just for you.
Love it. I love it. I really do. Love it. Yes. Love it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't wait.
I'm excited too.
Okay. Well, Gabby, we're super excited to do this. We love working with you and all this stuff.
Thank you. And I can't wait to have it and use it.
I have every confidence that Jack is going to make you a treasure that you will love your whole life for sure.
Hey guys, so here's the recipe. I went to the market and I got some amazing ingredients. So I'm gonna make like my version of ratatouille. Ratatouille has like eggplants, zucchinis, peppers, garlic. Some people don't put garlic. I love garlic. Tomatoes, onions, basil. I had so much basil on my balcony, so I'm gonna try to use as much as possible. So here we go. So we're gonna cut all these vegetables in even sizes. So try to cut, like the smaller you can handle. Again, doesn't like to be perfect, but I'm going for like squares. There. Squares, trapezoids, whatever. What's this shape? Oh boy, do I know my shapes? Even. One important step before I forget is as soon as you cut your eggplant, you're gonna toss your eggplant with tons of salt. I'm sure there is a measurement somewhere, but let's call it tons. So you toss it in there so it gets all covered. Oops. And when it's all covered in the salt, you're gonna put it in a colander with a bowl under. And again, I think I mentioned this before, you let it rest for at least 20 minutes so it releases all the water and the bitterness. And then continue chopping all your other delicious vegetables. So you're gonna try to cut everything on even size. Whoa, come back. This is so easy. I love this knife. Take the little top, put it over there. I'm going for squares. Got it. And the bowl. Skinny. Even. You also need a pepper, any pepper you have, even if it's little peppers, you can use little peppers, doesn't matter. Again, we are going for squares. I'm gonna remove the seeds. Make sure you compost. You go to the edge and you go like that. But I want some of the meat inside. Usually you take all that meat, but I want some, you know? It's not about wasting, it's about using all your ingredients like that, squares. Now I'm gonna cut some tomatoes. Another thing that is tricky to cut. Again, I'm not going for perfect. I just wanna cut some like squares. Oops, come back here. I think this is good. This is good. They're gonna get cooked, so I wanna lose the shape a little bit. We also need some garlic. I got this really nice garlic at the farmer's market. I'm not gonna do much about it. I'm just gonna take the ends, peel it with my hands. Whoopsie. And we are ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna do one more so you don't see that one jumping over. I wish I can peel it with my hands. You can also do this, that always works, instead of trying to peel it with your hands, Gabby. There you go, one clove. Let's see, ready? 2 cloves. Wow, this one's a big one. Love the smell. One more? Yeah, 3 cloves. I'm not gonna chop it, I'm just gonna hold it. I like it whole. You know, it holds all the oils. Let me take this little part. This is really good fresh garlic, so no need to mess around with it. Last but not least, le onion. Oh my God, my French is so good. An onion, and also we need pieces, cubes. I am not going to cut it the way, you know, we cut it in half, blah, blah, blah. I'm just gonna go really quick, chop it. It's not important. I'm not going for perfect, so you'll understand. Where is my compost bowl? Well, here. Cut it in half. There you go. We got 2 halves. Now we deal with 1 half at a time. We're gonna peel it. Take the first layer. I always tell the same story that an onion has as many layers the onion believes it needs, and that way farmers know how cold the winter is going to be. I don't know if it's a tale from grandmothers, but it's nice to know that. All right, clean the cutting board. I'm gonna just cut the end because I don't care about perfection right now. I just care about the lunch I'm about to have, and Devon is hungry. She wants me to chop. There you go. That's all I want. Le onion is cut. Can you see it? Ooh, love the smell. I love the smell of onions. I can't believe some people don't like onions. Am I cutting it the same way I cut the other one? I don't think so. People will be the judge. And I'm not crying. There you go. Alright, so I turn off my heat to medium heat, and the first thing that we're gonna cook is the eggplant. Remember the eggplant, I rinse the salt off after 20 minutes and I pat it dry with a clean towel or a paper towel, you do you. So this is the first thing that we're gonna be cooking. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I know everybody says 2 tablespoons and then they do this, but you know what I mean. Make sure you have plenty of olive oil. If you wanna measure it, by all means, go ahead. I just don't want to dirty one more thing. And when this heats up, we're gonna add the eggplant. I'm adding the eggplant. I see there is some water here. It's all right. Try not to put the water in. That's it. We're gonna stir frequently until they get golden brown, and then we're gonna remove them from the pot to add all the other ingredients. All right, so these guys are like basically expelling all their moisture and they are starting to dry out. And the reason why I want to remove them is because I want to still find a piece of eggplant at the end and don't find a mush. So you see how they're getting all that brown color? So they're almost done. When they're all, mostly all like that, I'm gonna remove them and set them aside. Let me lower this so we don't burn the pot because we're gonna continue cooking in here. We want all that brown, that's flavor, that's life. You see that color? I'm actually getting really hungry. This is a very quick recipe. You can have it done and then, you know, use it the next day, leftover. You can add it to rice, to pasta, you name it. So we still at medium high. I'm gonna add 2 more tablespoons of olive oil. We want all this flavor. We're gonna add the onion. And the garlic. Now we are creating more depth of flavor. Some basil. I'm just literally going to put just the whole basil together like this. You can tie it if you want. I don't want to. I put it like that. And I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Tiny bit of pepper. This is smelling delicious. And a little bit of red pepper flakes. Smells so good right here, right now. I wish you all smell it. Make sure you get all that brown. That is flavor right there. The reason why we didn't cut the basil is because we want the flavor. But this is gonna get all wilted and brown, and we're gonna remove it. And then at the end, I'm gonna add some fresh basil before I serve it, so it remains green. All right, so these guys are getting translucent. I'm gonna move my basil to the side. I'm gonna add the peppers. How beautiful these colors. For like a few more minutes. We're stirring to get all that flavor. Now I'm ready to add my zucchini. Squash, summer squash. You can do this with yellow squash. Whatever you have. Now it's a good time to add a little more salt. Remember, your eggplant had salt, but we rinsed it. And then we put some salt when we added the onions. And now I'm gonna put a little bit of salt to the zucchini. Continue stirring. All right, so now we're ready to add the tomatoes. I love that sound. And the colors, beautiful. I want the tomatoes to get cooked, so I lower my heat a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and cover this. Don't go anywhere. All right, so let's check this out. It's all steamy and cooking, but still hold the colors. The tomato release all that juice. And that's what's creating this beautiful water. Don't worry, we're gonna remove these. We can actually remove them right now because we're gonna be adding, if you're afraid, use tongs. We're gonna be adding more basil at the end. So now we are ready to add the eggplant. Nice. This smells fantastic. It's summer, tomatoes are great, but if you were doing this in the winter, it's totally okay to use some peeled tomatoes from a can. Nobody's gonna get mad at you for that. You adjust to what you have. There you go. So I'm gonna taste for seasoning. A little more pepper. Oh, there's a kick of heat. Maybe a little more of olive oil. Why not? I like to finish with the good olive oil. That's it. Before I serve it, I'm gonna put the basil and a dash of olive oil, and we're ready to eat. All right, I'm done. This is my version of ratatouille that I just made with fresh ingredients and with the help of my new West KnifeWorks. This was made for me. I'm so excited. So thank you to these guys that are sponsoring this video. And I hope you replicate this at home. It's super easy to make. I'm gonna give you the recipe. So this is it for today. Thanks again. See you soon. Keep cooking. Be happy.